Books, books. I like books. I'm gonna read them all.
Hi readers, Chris here. Welcome to my channel where I review fantasy, Stephen King, all sorts of books, and today I'm doing something I haven't done in a little bit, and that is a book tag. Today's tag is the I'm so annoyed book tag, which I think is a really fun topic. I've been seeing so many people do this tag, and no one tagged me specifically, I don't think, but I've seen Fred over at Read by Fred, Nicole's Bookish Nook, Sin, Kelly reads a lot. There's a bunch of people that have done this one, but I understand it was originally created by a Web of Stories. I'm not familiar with that particular channel, but I will link it down below in case you want to go check it out. So let's dive right in with the first question, which is, do publishers ever do anything that you find annoying? And Nicole, I am totally going to copy your answer here because it's the best one I can think of, and that is the dreaded cover change. Now, just to be devil's advocate here, I completely understand that there are legitimate reasons that covers need to be changed mid-series sometimes, and sometimes it's no one's fault, right? It could be a contract issue, maybe you have to go with a different agency, a different designer, like things happen, right? However, this one particular series, The Diviners by Libba Bray, went through not just one, but multiple cover changes. So really quick, if you're not familiar, The Diviners is a YA fantasy series. The first one came out in 2012, and here's the first cover of the first book, The Diviners. I love this cover. It's got like a very I don't know, kind of gothic vibe, and that's kind of the vibe of this book. So super cool, great. And then the second book comes out, Lair of Dreams. And already you can tell these covers don't really go together, but that's okay. Like, it's the second book in a series. Like, if you kind of stack them next to each other, it doesn't look that bad. So even though, the covers are obviously designed differently, like, not that bad, right? Right? I now give you the cover of book 3, Before the Devil Breaks You. Yes, look at that right there. Completely different style, completely different everything. And then for the fourth book, they finally kept this style, but yeah, I was annoyed. Question number 2 is, have you ever been annoyed by a spoiler? No, I am not annoyed by spoilers pretty much 99.9% of the time. I think the last time I ever actually got annoyed by a spoiler was probably back when Harry Potter came out, if I'm being honest. I am one of those people that likes to flip to the back of the book to see what happens. Spoilers don't really ruin anything for me because to me, it's like, I don't care about the destination, I care about the journey. So even though if I know something's going to happen, I'm more interested in finding out how it gets to that. At least that's the way that I approach it. That's why I like to watch the movie before I read the book. That's why I flip to the back of the book. I've been known to look up, spoilers on Wikipedia and stuff. So yeah, I don't care about spoilers. They do not bother me. Question number 3 is, have you ever been annoyed by what you discovered in a free little library, book sale, or bookstore? I've heard a couple people say things about free little libraries, and I don't really have one of those near me. So I will share a used bookstore story. These are the only things that annoy me. There are a couple libraries in my area that have used bookstores in the back of the library, and my family and I like to go to those. But what ends up happening a lot of the times is that there are people who run a business that will come in and try to grab up all the used books. So when I say that, I mean there will literally be people with buckets and pallets, and they'll just be sitting there scanning each book to see how much it's worth, and then throwing it in their thing. And I respect that might be how you make money, But like, it's just super inconvenient for the rest of us that are really just there to find a good book to read. Because A, obviously they're going to go for the most popular stuff. If there's multiple copies, they might take multiple copies. And it's just annoying. It's hard to look around someone who's just sitting there scanning every single book on the shelf. So I'd love to know if anyone else has experienced this or if it's just me, because I do find that annoying. Question number 4. When it comes to short story collections, are you annoyed if there is a novella in the middle of the collection? I don't know if this has ever happened to me. I think I recall maybe once questioning a King collection I was reading and thinking that something was a little long, but I wouldn't call that annoyed. I'll question it, but not annoyed. Question number 5, deckled edges, beautiful or annoying? I'm going to say neither. Like, I don't really have a strong opinion about deckled edges. They're fine sometimes. Like, they don't bother me. The only time deckled edges actually annoy me is like if I lose my place in the book and I'm trying to find it, the deckled edges make it a lot harder to like find your spot, right? So that's the only time that it becomes annoying. So it's annoying for practicality, but visually it does not bother me. Question number 6, other people's annotations in a used book or library book. Annoying or are you okay with it? I don't think that's ever happened to me, honestly. I don't do library books. I only do used books. And yeah, it's very, very rare. And if I have seen it, it's been minimal. So yeah, not annoyed. Question number 7, if there's a series or collection of a certain kind of book, like an imprint, and changes are made, are you annoyed or okay with it? I couldn't think of a good example for this one. I couldn't think of a good example. Again, similar to the whole short story novella thing, I think I would question it, like, why or but annoyed? No, I don't think I'd be annoyed. Question number 8, do the decisions of characters in a novel ever annoy you? So, yes, I'm going to say yes. However, that annoyance will last for like 2 seconds. A good example of this would be Babel, the main character Robin. I think there were points where I like literally wanted to yell out loud, "Oh my God, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Like, that's a terrible decision." But obviously, I'm a normal person that knows it's not a real character, so I will have that knee-jerk, like, annoyed reaction, but then it usually fizzles out again in 2 seconds. Question number 9 is, are you ever annoyed by how someone organizes their books? I think this is a funny question, and I think, Kelly, you said it best. Like, what someone does in their own home with their own books, like, of course that's not going to annoy me. Like, I have no say in what someone else does with their books. The better answer or the better question here would be, are you jealous of the way other people organize their books? Because I would say yes, because so many people are way more organized than I am, which you will see in a coming up video. But for now, let's just say I am jealous of other people's shelves that are so pretty and so well organized, but not annoyed. And finally, number 10 is just share something bookish that annoys you. And I would say for me, and I know someone else said this, so I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was exactly, but for me, I would say like run-on chapters or chapters that are way too long. Because I am a multiple book reader, I don't just read one book and then I start a second and then I start a third. I read all of my books at the same time, which means I have to start and stop each book multiple times throughout the month. So really long run-on chapters that are 50 pages, that makes it really hard for me because sometimes I have to stop in the middle, which I don't like to do. So that would be the one thing I would say. Run-on chapters, some books need editing, some authors, I feel like, they get too big and too popular and their books become way too long. But yeah, that's about it. And finally, of course, I'm supposed to tag others, but like I said, most people have already done this one, but if you have not done this one yet, then please consider yourself tagged. So that is it for me today and the I'm so annoyed book tag. So let me know if any of these things annoy you. What do you have in common with me? How do you think differently than me? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments section below. And as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please subscribe to my channel for more bookish stuff coming your way soon. All right, everyone. Happy reading.